Good morning, everybody. Apologies for also being the object of your disappointment. Covering the schedule. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam Jayam Diraye Nashta Prayeshtu Badveshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhagavati Naishtiki Disorder Sayam Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very meaning of conquest. Acharya is the grace of Narayana, the supermost human being. Before reciting on Srimad Bhagavatam, by regular attendance,
all the struggles of the heart, all the completely destroyed, the never service of the perspective of God, great and constant home, established from durable and woeful fact.
What is the meaning of irrevocable?
Can't take it back.
No back to
No eating.
When we say take it back, you can't. Yeah. The light switch is already on. Without going to reference, I was just talking to somebody yesterday, using the analogy of a cave. Vegas analogy of a cave. Once you step out of the, yeah, Vegas cave. Once you step out of the cave and you see the bright light and colors, and it's really hard to go back into the cave. In a world of shadows, very nice analogy. The cave is just a world of shadows. It's supposed to be a rabbit. So yeah, people are caught up in a world of shadows. When the switch of Srimad Bhagavatam is turned on, it becomes an irrevocable fact. It's like entering a higher reality, higher knowledge. It's hard to go back. So, our lives are learning. A cave-like love of that life. So today we are reading from the Canto 11, continuing reading from Canto 11, chapter 13. The Dasa Avatar answers the questions of the son of Brahma. We read the summary. Just go to the word. And it's a beautiful chapter that describes the further conversation between Krishna and Uddhava, where Krishna describes the really focusing on three modes of material nature. It's almost like the additional appendix. Addition to appendix. Yeah. It's almost like appendix to the 14th chapter of the Gita, where further illuminations are given in regard to three modes of material nature. I was talking about it yesterday, right? 3 modes. You said you need 2. 1 makes 2. What is it?
1 makes 2, 2 makes 3, 3 makes 10,000.
3 makes 10,000. The 3 modes of nature, you have unlimited amounts of combinations in regards to looking into this being condition. And also describes the Avatar incarnation that appear to Lord Brahma and 4 commands. So please listen carefully. Next one. Should go around. Start. The Supreme Personality of God had said, the 3 modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the modes of passion and ignorance, and by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself even from material goodness.
When the living entity becomes strongly situated in Lord goodness, then religious principles characterized as devotional service to me become prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise.
Religious principles strengthened by the mode of goodness destroy the influence of passion and ignorance. When passion and ignorance are overcome, their original cause, irreligion, is quickly vanquished.
According to the quality of religious scriptures, water, one's associations with one's children or with people in general, the particular place, the time, activities, birth, meditation, chanted mantras, and purificatory rituals, the modes of nature become particularly prominent. Among the 10 items I've just mentioned, great sages who understand Vedic knowledge have praised and recommended those that are in the mode of goodness, criticized and rejected those in the mode of ignorance, and showed indifference to those in the mode of passion.
We move on to verse 14. 1.
Until one derives from a certain mode, the spirits of one drives away the illusory conditions of material body and mind caused by the movements of nature. For this specific is of goodness. By increasing the mindfulness, one life in the extreme practice of religious principles, and such practice transcends the religious movements.
In a bamboo forest, the wind sometimes rubs the bamboo stalks together, and such friction generates a blazing fire that consumes the very source of the spark. The bamboo forest, thus, the fire, is automatically calmed by its own action. Similarly, by the competition and interaction of the material modes of nature, the subtle and gross material bodies are generated. If one uses his mind and body to cultivate knowledge, and such enlightenment destroys the influence of the modes of nature that generated one's body. Thus, like the fire, the body and mind are pacified by their own actions and destroy the source of their birth.
Sri Gurubha said, "My dear Krishna, generally human beings know that material life brings great future unhappiness, and still they try to enjoy material life. My dear Lord, how can one in knowledge act just like a dog, an ass, or a goat?"
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Uddhava, a person bereft of intelligence first falsely identifies himself with the material body and mind, and when such false knowledge arises within one's consciousness, material passion and cause of great suffering creates mind, which by nature is situated in goodness, but the mind contaminated by passion becomes absorbed in making and changing many plans for material advancement. Thus, by constantly thinking of the modes of material nature, a foolish person is afflicted with unbearable material desires."
One who does not control the material senses comes under the control of material desires, and is thus bewildered by the strong waves of the mode of passion. Such a person executes material activities, although clearly seeing that the result will be future unhappiness.
Although the intelligence of a learned person may be bewildered by the modes of passion and ignorance, he should again carefully bring the mind under control. By clearly seeing the contamination of the modes of nature, he does not touch.
A person should be attentive and grave and never lazy or morose. Mastering the yoga procedures of breathing and sitting properly, one should practice fixing the mind on me at dawn, noon, and sunset, and thus gradually the mind should be completely absorbed in me.
And the final one?
Text 14. The actual yoga system, as taught by my devotees, headed by Sanka Kumara, is simply this. Having withdrawn the mind from all other objects, one should directly and appropriately absorb it in
Person should be attentive and grave, and never lazy or morose. Mastering the yoga procedures of breathing and sitting properly, one should practice fixing the mind on me at dawn, noon and sunset. And thus gradually the mind should be completely healed. Wow, nice session. Free modes of nature. Sometimes the gunas are modes translated as ropes. Right? Do we cover any specific choose? And you want to choose? Well, I'm rattling about ropes. Yeah, the modes, the gunas are compared sometimes to the ropes. So ropes are there to bind. Right? How do we use ropes? Mostly to secure things, right? So we're also secured. We're secured in this world by the three different ways, and combination of unlimited ways. We have there's a folk tale from Germany, I believe, where there was a baron. There's a baron who was on the horse, and he went his way over the weekend to explore the forest. And he was riding his horse. He was by himself, familiar area. It's just regular Saturday morning in riding a horse. But there was some kind of like a quicksand that he ran into, and all of a sudden, with the quicksand, he started. The horse was heavy. And the horse was freaking out. And you know, the quicksand, the more you move, the faster you move now. So as the horse was freaking out, they were really going down fast. And then he started freaking out. Oh my God, this is the end of me. What should I do? He was praying, in this moments of agony. And all of a sudden he had this brilliant idea. And it was all fancy clothes, everything fancy. And all of a sudden he had this brilliant idea. He kicked his hat over his fancy hat. He kicked it off and grabbed himself by the hair, picked himself up, and put it down in a safe place. Of course, this is a fairy tale. This does not work like this in real life. If you are bound, you cannot free yourself up. One requires the help from somebody who's already free. So if we are all bound here, can we help each other? Not really, right? But if we're all bound here and we have Nick, who is free because he got the mercy of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada has got mercy from his spiritual master, and so on and so forth. Basically, my point is Guru's job is to help us disentangle. Right? We can't do it on our own. We need help. And unless and until we understand that we need help, taking the Guru will be just a fashion or show. Right? Prabhupada critiques that. Don't just take a Guru because it's fashionable. Well, as Vishaka was in her beautiful offering on Sunday, she pointed out that same point. It's such a nice offering, right? That's mysterious at the same time. Sincerity and seriousness, these are the combinations. So, this is what, our situation, our predicament is, and this is what Guru's job is. Saguru eva vidache. One must approach Guru. If he or she desires to free herself from the influence of the three modes of nature. This is a requirement. And then, Lam chayo vyabhicharena, bhakti yogena sevate, sagunam samadhitatam, brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Don't pull that up. That one who engages in devotional service without fail, he can easily transcend the influence of the three modes. So devotional service is the remedy by which we engage. And so one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, without fail, at once transcends the modes, at once. So Prabhupada also mentions that this Krishna consciousness can take many, many lifetimes, but it can be a matter of just a moment of illumination. And this is the moment of illumination or understanding that if we engage in fully in devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, that's how we transcend the modes. In other words, we're looking for the steadiness, to become steady in devotional service. So what is the requirement from, according to Rupa Goswami, from anishita bhakti to nishta? From anishta to nishta. From being unsteady or oscillating in our performance or practice of pure devotional service to becoming steady. What is required to transcend? At once. What is in between, according to natural devotion? We're all students of natural devotion. What sets us apart from being steady and just being undisturbed, unbothered as much? Yes?
Let's look at the statements.
What is it?
How we started.
Think about it. What will make us not perform in a steady way?
We start with a little faith, and then when we associate with saintly persons, that helps us and inspires us to do our sadhana.
Okay?
The devotional service, although we are unstable, we still continue to do it. And then we purify our bad habits, and then we get to the state.
Purified of our bad habits. How's that called? How do we call that? Yes. Yes, getting rid of unwanted things from our heart. Our heart is corrupted with so many unwanted things. Did you know that? Did you know that? Well, actually, yeah, your hearts are all pure. You have no issues of that kind. And your practice is not oscillating. You have no ups and downs, you're just steady. But in case you're not, and you're wondering, why I'm not steady in my practice of pure devotional service, this is the reason. Some like files in a computer, they're corrupt files will do what? Will slow down the machine, will cause all kinds of problems. So this purging is required, this anartha nivritti. Is that a hand? Oh, you're just stretching, okay. No, keep stretching. This anartha nivritti, this purging of unwanted things that have corrupted our heart is wanted. It's actually what makes the whole transcending of the modes possible. And like I said, it is not possible on our own. We require help from person who gives us service. So Guru is one who engages in service. We cannot be whimsical, oh, I'm going to just do this. I mean, we can, but it won't be in the realm of practice of pure devotional service. There's two kinds of disciples. One says, Guru, I want to do this. Please bless me. There's other kind who says, what can I do for you? Right. So this will determine also the speed of your purification. And time is rather very short, so might as well use it wisely. If you want to go back home, back to Godhead, why not do it this lifetime? Oh no, it's not possible. So this is the first thing that Maya attacks. Maya attacks our enthusiasm, which actually is very characteristic of the lower modes of nature. Laziness, moroseness, just inertia. Just overall inertia. No enthusiasm, no excitement for this great opportunity that we're giving. We're giving this great opportunity, but we're so lackadaisical. These are lower modes of nature. We are tied, or we're bound very tightly. So in order to another beautiful thing here is mentioned that fixing the mind on me at the dawn, noon, and sunset. And thus gradually the mind should be completely absorbing the mind in Krishna, which is none different from absorbing the mind in your devotional service. Because Bhakti and Krishna are none different. Just like Radha and Krishna, they're one. Twin flames. They're one in love, but yet they're separated. So, absorbing our minds in Krishna will make the difference of do we go left turn or right turn. Bhakti Prabhu was speaking the other day about contemplating the objects of our senses, right? That leads to attachment, right? So guys, this is if you want to nip it in the bud. This is the crossroad. This is the very important crossroad that will define your trajectory. If you're going to take a left turn or right turn, right? What you contemplate, you will develop attachment to it, right? So you can contemplate devotional service and Krishna, but then on different. There's a quote, actually, being engaged in devotional service is as good as seeing Krishna face to face. So bhakti is the way that we express our enthusiasm and express our desire to become free through service. It's not just lip service, but it's a practical devotional service that is based on a need. Can I actually perform any service unless I understand the need? What is the need of the hour? If you are hungry, all my philosophy won't help you. All the book reading won't help you. All the housing and nice clothing won't help you. Unless I recognize what is it. So what is the need of the hour in today's, well, not today's, but any time in the material world? What is the need of the hour? Becoming connected with Krishna. And we do that by contemplating Krishna and Krishna's mission, Krishna's desire. It's revealed to us by Srila Prabhupada. And what it is by the inauguration of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, spreading the Sankirtan movement far and wide, sharing and sharing Krishna consciousness with others. This is what we contemplate, and this is what we tax our brains. If you contemplate that, if you always think how to spread Lord Chaitanya's movement, Lord Chaitanya will surely protect you. Not only will protect you, but it will free you up. And you all know the difference. You all know the difference. When your rounds are good, and when your rounds are so-so. You can feel the grip, right? You can feel the grip of material energy and the ropes and the modes, the goodness. And as you focus on Krishna more and taking shelter and crying for Krishna's mercy and Krishna's divine intervention, you can feel that we're loosening up. And people are after two things really in life. They're after freedom and inspiration. If you have freedom and inspiration, in my book, you're a successful man or woman. I don't care what's on your bank account. I don't care what do you do, what's your vocation. If you're free and you're inspired, I seek your company. Because this is really what people are. And we're so fortunate that in Krishna consciousness, this is freely delivered to us on a daily basis. We're free to choose how to serve Krishna. It's based on our inclination and desire, and of course, some organization, because we are part of the community here, so not everybody's cooking, and not everybody is distributing, not everybody is managing the Zoom calls. We all have our given responsibilities and duties to carry out. But my point is, like, as we contemplate the service, that becomes our saving grace. That becomes our liberating factor. And it brings attachment to Krishna. We can actually become attached to Krishna. Did you know that? You can actually become attached to Krishna compared to being attached to something else. So what that leads you? When you become attached to Krishna, that leads you to a certain path. And then compared to being attached to the object of the senses, when this unwanted strong desire is developed, I gotta have it. I want it. I gotta have it. Right? First it's like, oh, we're contemplating. Then it's like, oh, this is very nice. Then it's like, I want it. Then I gotta have it. And if I don't have it, then what? Then you're gonna be very, very mad. So these are the things that we have to observe and look into on a regular basis. These are inventories. We have to do the inventories. Because these are genuine obstacles on our path. And if we don't pay attention to or weed out, by the mercy of our fellow devotee association, then it's going to be very difficult to make a headway. Did you find it? Verse number 2, okay. Sattva-dharma bhavet vriddha
Sattva-dharma bhavet vriddha
Somat-bhakti-lakshana Svatikopasya sattvam Tato-dharma pravartate
Sattva-dharma bhavet vriddha Shumabhakti-lakshana Sattvikopasya sattvam Tato dharma pravartate Sattva-dharma bhavet vriddha Somat-bhakti-lakshana Sattvikopasya sattvam Tato dharma pravartate Sattva-dharma
Pavel Pritha
Sadhana Bhave Vrida
Kumsuma Bhakti Lakshanaha
Bhakti Lakshana
Satviko Pasaya Sattvam
Sadhiko Pasaya Sattvam
Bhakto Dharma Pravartate
Kato Dharma Pravartate
Dharma Bhave Vrida
Sadhana Bhave Vrida
Samhan Bhakti Lakshana
Kumsuma Bhakti Lakshana
Satviko Pasaya Sattvam
Satviko Pasaya Sattvam
Dharma Pravartate
Kato Dharma Pravartate.
God from the throne of goodness, Dharma, religious principles, arise, great God, which has strengthened, Utsaha, of every person, Bhakti, by devotional service to me, Lakshana, characterized, Satvika, things of wonders, Upasaya, serious motivation, Sattvam, goodness, Sattvam, Dharma, religious principles, Bhakti, arise. The living entity becomes strongly situated in mode of goodness, then religious principles, characterized by devotional service to me, become prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles rise. Report, since the three modes of material nature are constantly in conflict. Why? What does it mean?
It's like
Competing, always in competition. Yeah. Why for supremacy? How is it possible that the mode of goodness can subdue the mode of passion and ignorance? Lord Krishna here explains how one can be strongly fixed in the mode of goodness, which automatically gives rise to religious principles. In the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there you have it. Lord Krishna elaborately explains the things that are in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Thus, by choosing food, attitudes, work, recreation, etc., strictly in the mode of goodness, one will become situated in that mode. The usefulness of sattva guna, or the mode of goodness, is that it produces religious principles aimed at and characterized by devotional service to Lord Krishna. Without such devotional service to the Lord, the mode of goodness is considered useless and merely another aspect of material illusion. The word "vritha," or strengthen, increase, indicates clearly that one should come to the platform of Vishuddha-sattva, purified goodness. The word "vritha" indicates growth, and growth should not be stopped until fully maturity is reached. The full maturity of goodness is called Vishuddha-sattva, or the transcendental platform on which there is no trace of any other quality. In pure goodness, all knowledge automatically manifests, and one can easily understand one's eternal loving relationship with Krishna. That is actual meaning and purpose of dharma, or religious principles.
Acharya points out in this regard that an increase in the mode of goodness strengthens religious principles, and the invigorated execution of religious principles strengthens the mode of goodness. That way one can advance higher and higher in the mode of spiritual happiness.
We'll share something.
As we were reading the Prabhupada, I was reflecting on that actually, that point you said, the inventory, and that's mean that, yeah, from time to time, we have to do an inventory of how we live our life, so that we can see, because the whole purpose is about how to do activities in the mode of goodness, be it with choosing food, attitudes, work, recreation, and yeah, it's like a cycle. The more goodness activities and habits and activating the motor goodness, then actually helps us establish religious principles, or this naturally does that. We do start doing things that are more beneficial, just not to ourselves, but to others as well. And then those religious principles then further reinforce the habits that we have. It's just like a cycle. And then it's like a spiral that goes upwards. And then passion, ignorance, it's a spiral that keeps going downwards. And because the passion, ignorance, they facilitate the religious establishment of the religious principles. So that you have the religious habits, and it only pushes the soul further downwards. With more goodness, we actually go upwards. And that was also thinking that more goodness, oftentimes I can speak for myself, but like when you're in the mode of passion, ignorance, more goodness sounds really boring. Like, oh, I gotta go to bed early, I gotta wake up early, I gotta eat properly, I gotta go to the gym.
I gotta control my senses.
I gotta control my senses. Otherwise, but passion is exciting. It's like, oh yeah, I just do random things at random times and with random people. And that's passion and ignorance, It's like, it sounds so thrilling, but actually over time, it depletes our life force. That kind of a lifestyle, which is full of passion and ignorance. And more goodness, it might sound boring. Yeah, it actually does sound boring to those in the passion and ignorance, because then they're like, no, this is not fun. But actually it brings continuous and sustainable, actually our mission, our statement for Krishna is to bring sustainable insight and joy. It's more the goodness actually. These regular habits actually bring joy and happiness on a very sustainable level. And once one gets the taste for that, then they actually give up the lower mode. They give up those thrilling activities in the passion and ignorance. They're like, no, this is better. And it takes a little time. It's like as we mature, this like at age, like realize, yeah, no, I want to actually go to bed a little earlier than 11 p.m. or before 2 a.m. or something. I want to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. And recently also I was reflecting that when it comes to japa, it was really so hard to do attentive japa if it's not in the morning. It's really so hard. And so much of what goodness depends on going to bed early and waking up early actually. And it does sometimes.
Isn't that interesting, guys? Like, to become a high achiever, one requires discipline, right? For anything. When you want to get a PhD, guess what? Students are partying on weekends. You think you're going to do that? This sacrifices, however you look at it, this sacrifices for anything. You want to be a parent? A friend of mine just became a parent in March. Funded, yeah. Like, struggling to sleep, and it's like, their whole life is turned around. Their schedule is all around that baby. Anju, oh baby Anju. So powerful. The whole schedule just turned around. And it's centered around that. So, and let's speak of gold medalists in the Olympics. How rigid their diet, how rigid their schedule is. Any athlete, you know that. You gotta have that regime. So, guys, pure devotional service, gold medalist is what? That's nothing. You want Krishna. Things have to be in place. So Mother Goodness is a gateway. It's a gateway, it's a platform, it's a springboard that you're going to be catapulted to Shuddha Sattva, from Sattva to pure goodness. You cannot jump from lower modes. You don't jump unless you get Kripa. Kripa. become kripasya, which is very rare. But you have to elevate yourself gradually, gradually, gradually. It's a process, Jack. It's not overnight, it's a process. It takes time. It takes time to purify the heart. It takes time to do the laundry, even on a speed cycle. What's 20 minutes? You can't just like clean. Right? Even if it's a speed cycle, it takes some time. So be patient. Utsaha nishtaya dharya. Enthusiasm is like 3 pistons of a powerful engine. You can make a headway. They all have to work. They all have to work. You had a hand before, guys.
I had to go to that. I was thinking of in the nectar of instruction, where Rupa says that the essence of all these instructions find their end goal in nicely scheduling one's life so that one can 24 hours a day hear, hear, chant, and remember the holy names, pastimes, and characteristics of the Supreme Lord. And one of the beautiful things about what Lord Chaitanya and the Six Goswamis and Srila Prabhupada proved to us is that raises this path up above other religious processes. Is it's not just dependent upon our effort, but we have the sound vibration of the Lord's holy name. And that everything that we could possibly want in order to apply ourselves to these principles comes through that sound vibration. And it's, what's beautiful about it is that if we can discipline ourselves to keep that vibration going, and all of the other processes of discipline and enthusiasm, it becomes easy and sublime and not just a gritting of the teeth. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you for pointing that out. We're so blessed. I mean, it's not like nothing is dry in Krishna consciousness. We're so blessed. It's simply wonderful. Susukam Katu Aryam. It's joyfully performed. Everything about devotional service is joyfully performed. Unless, you're really, how do you put it? Moded out. Unless you're really motivated. But even those who are motivated out in an exuberant environment, like, coming to that door in the kirtan, which is the power of the holy name. Powerful kirtan will wake one up, will perk one up, and up and up and up, elevating to the point that, oh, this is nice, it's nice, it's very nice. I feel nice vibration. And more so, I feel attracted by these loving exchanges. So this is how nice atmosphere is created. Did you know that? The devotees have nice, loving relationships. This is what actually uplifts any environment. This is why the Dham is Dham, because Krishna is in the center. And Krishna is in the center. The intensity of Krishna's presence is defined by the way we treat each other. This is what defines the Dham. Krishna was present as Krishna was expressing, I'm very pleased by your cooperative spirit to
So the sense of
we can now we can
sense of Prachinavar.
yes, Prachetas, yes. I'm very pleased with your cooperative spirit, with your loving relationships. So therefore Krishna becomes more manifest. If we don't know how to relate to each other, we're like, yeah. And we have no respect, no love for each other. Do you think that will absorb and invoke Krishna's presence? Krishna will be pleased? No. So this is very crucial in our attempts to follow the etiquette. how we treat each other, how we see and perceive each other, and how we treat each other will manifest the mercy of Advaita. So when the others come, they can actually be attracted to it. Because nobody treats like each other like that outside in the world. Right? Everybody wants to exploit. Everybody wants to be a master. Nobody wants to be a servant. So that's a hard struggle for existence. Perfectly sound in Persia. It's going on. Everybody wants to be a top dog. Nobody wants to be a humble sweeper. Mother Krishna says in Gita, it's better to be a humble sweeper on the street than a charlatan meditator. Right? Yes?
That's interesting because I've noticed that people who are street sweepers are more often receptive to Krishna consciousness than those who are in high positions.
Yes, that's exactly Prabhupada's point. It's better to be a sincere street sweeper, humble, honest person, so-called lower position of authority, than a top dog with a top dog. There's no remorse in hurting others or inflicting pain, injustice, so he can remain in the position. Yes. You just cut me off. Maybe you want
Hare Krishna, thank you. I can even see it in like on campus, like there'll be business executives that seem to come through, get tea, and I'm like, hey, how's your day? And they're just like, they're not there. And then the guys that collect the trash at the end of the day,
our friend Frank.
Frank, he's just jamming out, cruising, like hopping on the curb. So there's
Steve was blasting that far music from 80s thing.
yeah, absolutely. It was nice. And like even in their modes, they're just like more susceptible to joy and Krishna consciousness, like we were saying, to enjoy their time besides being wrapped up in more passion. All three modes.
Yeah, and ones are funny because you can tell what's their combination. Because everybody has it. To what degree? So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of things. But yeah, simple, humble people will be most. Pride is the main thing that obstructs on receiving the mercy.
I really like your analogy of the laundry, and I was thinking,
I never actually just changed from TV. I just thought it was pizza.
But it's really good actually because if our clothes are dirty, you have to put some detergent. I have to do a couple washes. But what to speak of our consciousness that has trillions and gazillions of karma and so much dirt. So I think we have to be a little compassionate and kind to ourselves to understand that we've been in this world for so long that it will take some time to cleanse these things, but the power of bhakti is that we will actually do it. It takes time. Just having that patience is really key.
It is possible, guys. It is possible. Prabhupada gave us the real thing. And he said, back home, back to Godhead, he. This lifetime. Don't delay. Don't postpone. Important things should not wait. Important things should never wait. This Krishna consciousness cannot wait. So, something else you want to share? Should be here. All right. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you for tolerating our spontaneity this morning. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kantaraj Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thanks for stepping in. Right.